Well, safer than a tube sock.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Good Lord. How are you guys? Yeah, me too. Boy, oh boy, me too. I'm also the same way that you are. I'm also that way. Hope y'all are all well. I need to, let's see, bam, and bam, and hold the fort, and watch out over there, and whoop, bam. And that can go there. And we got all of this here. And we're all happy. Everybody's happy, right? Are we all happy? Is everything going all right? All right. This is a little I just dropped out on the Instagram story where that I'm live. This one has the potential. We used to call these a doozy. This one has the potential to be a doozy. I'm probably going to be doing a little trip down memory lane on this one. So if you guys are all about that, then that's probably what we're going to be doing today. Pooter, Jason in the chat, good to see you here. Good to see you. I did a little work. I was doing a little work earlier on the YouTube here, and I've got a few secret show uploads already in the works of coming. Oh boy, I just lost my camera. Hold on. I don't know why it did that. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I got a few of the secret show pre-shows uploaded on YouTube that are just already set to just release because I forgot to do the one this past Thursday, I think. But I have been releasing a lot of other content, which I'm going to get, which brings me to my next point here, Bill Dog. Oh, the Frozen thing on the screen. Somebody screenshot it and tagged me in it. Yes. So that being said, brings me to my next point. Hit the thumbs up, will you? and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified when I go live, click the little bell. I have been going live a lot lately. I've been going live at work. I found out I've been trying to, oh, by the way, we're sparking up the green tea. If y'all are out there and y'all are in it for this matter, then by all means, now is the time that we're sparking it up. By the way, are you guys seeing am I back to normal? My OBS screen looks normal. I'm just assuming it's fine on the screen. Hell yeah. What's up? Netflix in the house? I barely left the house today. I went to the grocery store yesterday. Got literally a few days worth of grub. C-Rat in the house. Got a few days worth grub. Anyway, long story short, I have been streaming a lot lately at work, and I used to think when I first started streaming on YouTube, and I would always go live from my phone. I was a mobile. I would stream all the time. Anywhere I could stream, I would stream. And I was just that guy. So YouTube implemented a new set of rules or whatever for streamers that you had to have at least 1,000 subscribers to stream live from mobile. And that was a thing for a while. And I don't know when they stopped doing that, because now I can stream live, and I have 818 subscribers, by the way. When we first started doing all of this stuff over the last couple months, I had right at 760 something. So we're upping the subscribers a pretty good bit lately. So welcome to all of the new faces, and please invite your friends. All we need is just a little less than 200 more, and we'll be able to monetize this thing. And good Lord, could your boy use some monetization right now? You know what I'm saying? That's why this one is going to be a doozy. I know Jason in the chat, Jason Y, he went back and watched a few of the old episodes of the MI Stuff podcast. And I don't know how many you watched, Jason, but on a couple of them, I would just use it as my therapy. It was right after I'd kind of quit doing cocaine, and I was looking for other things in my life to fill, to put in that shaped hole in my life. So the podcast became that, and it was literally my therapy. And every now and again, when I would start an episode, you'd hear me say, "This one's going to be a doozy, folks," just because I know what kind of mood I'm in, and I don't really put on for the show, I'm always kind of pretty upfront with how I'm feeling and such. So this one is going to be probably a doozy. I have just been in a really, really weird mood lately. It always happens this time of year. Not to go too off the rails with the weird feelings at this point in the episode, or whatever this is. It's not an episode. This is just a smoke and chill, which I kind of want to smoke again. I'm sucking down a little bit of that G Fuel, dog. So yeah, Christmas and Hallmark cards is a psyop. 100%. The holidays were created by the Hallmark people. So yeah, I'm going to keep this portion of the explanation on why I've been having weird days really short. I'm going to try to keep it as concise as possible. So, when I was 19 years old, right after I had started getting serious about playing music, I had written an album that I was pushing. It was literally the album that ended up getting me out of my hometown of Bennettsville, South Carolina, and into Myrtle Beach. And one of the singles, my biggest hit from that album was a song called Almost that I wrote for my grandfather. My grandfather had passed away right before I recorded that album. I played that song at his funeral. He passed away 2 days before Christmas. And it was just a miserable time for our family. And that's kind of when it started getting to be a problem for me as an adult. When as a child, I grew up from living with my grandparents because my mom and my dad were not together at an early age. So being snatched in separate directions throughout the holidays, beginning on my birthday, who am I going to spend my birthday with? Is it going to be my mom or my dad? And it was always kind of like why I always ended up at my grandmother's, I believe, because that was just like the cool constant for me. And I'm keeping this as quick as possible. Forgive me. I just growing up, holidays not being a fun time, beginning with my birthday in October and just spilling over into the Thanksgiving and into Christmas, and having to spend Christmas Eve and all of these days with my mom, and then having to get up early the next morning to go right back to be with my dad on Christmas morning so that everybody could get Christmas with me. But, just being a kid, having all this, being pulled in separate directions isn't fun. And when one half of it, my mother, is just constantly shitting on the other side. My dad never did that to my mom. Nobody ever did that to my mom. My mom was always just using all of her time with me to turn me against an entire side of my family. And turns out she was the piece of shit, but we all know that story. Anyway, forgive me. So it's just literally 37 years of, I guess 35 years. They got split up when I was 2. So 37 years of just that sort of emotional muscle memory, if you will, just over that amount of time. And just anniversary trauma, I think they call that, is you experience the same trauma. If it falls around the same time of year, you'll have an anniversary trauma on the anniversary of the thing that happens. It's just, anyway, it starts around my birthday and I start to get a little squirrely. And then that spills over into Thanksgiving, and my mom's mother died on Thanksgiving, or right around Thanksgiving. I wasn't very close with them, so I don't really know the exact date, but it was right around there. And I don't really equate that in because, as shitty as this sounds, I'm neither here nor there about them. It doesn't really, when they existed, it didn't really affect me. So now that they're gone, it really doesn't affect me. I know that's shitty to say, but you have to, I'm not going into the story, but you have to been there. Anyway, so my grandfather passed away on Christmas Eve, the 23rd of December. And then a few years later, my Aunt Marie passed away on January 16th, 18th, somewhere around in there. A couple weeks into January. And my grandmother, who was the last one left in the house that I grew up in, passed away on Easter, which is in March or April. So I don't know why, but her birthday was on December 31st. She was a New Year's Eve baby. But anyway, that's my grandfather and my grandfather's death day, my grandmother's birthday, and then my Aunt Marie's death day are all within a couple weeks of each other right there. And just the impending doom of knowing that those days are coming really put me in a huge like spiral mentally of like thinking that I've fucked up things and thinking that I've like ruined relationships and thinking that I have like really just like gone off the deep end. Anyway, it makes me question my sanity. And I know that they say that if you question your sanity, that means you're not crazy because you think you are. But man, it just really makes me feel crazy this time of year. And I've already talked about this a lot longer than I wanted to, but I guess this was the point of this thing, so I needed to get all this shit out, so I have to say it to something. And I'm sorry that it's you guys that has to hear it, but I have to get this shit out. I can't, it's rotting inside of me. So I have this thing where every year, anybody who's known me, they always, and like before I knew, like before I kind of like, and I've self-diagnosed most of this through talking myself through how I've felt during this time. I did the podcast for a very long time, and like for several years in a row around this time, I would always just do this thing that I'm doing now where I'll kind of like come on and talk it out with my people. And there's a couple people in here right now maybe that were here then or have seen me do something similar to this before, to where I'll just kind of like unload whatever's going on with me and just get it all fucking out. That's what I've always done. So this is not abnormal. This is what I've literally always done since I've had the podcast anyway, since about what year would that be? 2016. I started doing this thing around 2016. So however long that's been. Anyway, that is a lot of the reason why just the anniversaries of the people who meant the most to me, like very in a short span of time, there are just dates that will remind me of them. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, we just use these times to, reminisce the good times and think about how they affected your life positively. And I do every day. My grandfather was the one who taught me music and like pretty much put me on the path that I ended up following for most of my life. My Aunt Marie was the one who pushed me out of the door. Like, she is the one who turned a shy kid into what you see now. Like, it was her pushing me in front of people to say, you can't just do this in your room. You got to get out there and get in front of these people and do this stuff. She was the one who pointed out that I was a front man to start with. She was the one who said, hey, whenever y'all are done playing a song, everybody else in the band looks at you to figure out what to do next. Like, that's a thing. And that started when I was 13 years old, when me and my brother, Chris Burks, started playing music together when we were 13 years old. Learning the guitar. I learned 3 chords and we started a band, bro. But she was the one that pushed me to do that. My grandmother was the one who, after my grandfather passed away, who funded with the money my granddad left. She said he would have wanted you to do something with music. So she funded me basically for a year of my life when I first moved out to go to Myrtle Beach, and I was hosting open mics down there. I was doing, this was in 2006. I was hosting open mics at random places, sun up and sundown, and the Big Ass Sandwich Company, all Myrtle's Inlet and Surfside and Socastee and Myrtle Beach at the Living Room. Like, I was doing a lot of like the cut your teeth, earn your keep type gigs. And I was doing a lot of that in 2006 when I first moved down to Myrtle Beach. Actually, we lived in Garden City at the time. But anyway, she is the one that made it possible for me to do that. And when I was a kid, in my earliest memories, I don't ever remember living with my dad. I remember trying to live with him for a little while one time, but it just didn't work out, and I just wanted to stay with my granny. I wanted to stay at Granny's house. That's where I lived. I wanted to be there with Granny. Like, that was all it was about for me when I was little. And it's because my dad would be working, and my mom would be doing whatever she was doing, so I would always be at my grandmother's house anyway. So as a baby, that's it. I rationalized that house as home. And a child, like a baby who literally can't fucking think, like, that's home to me. Like, that was home. I would cry when I wasn't there. So just that's a thing. But what really fucks me up is the fact that in the house I grew up in was me, my Aunt Marie, my granny, and my pa. Gordon, Mabel, Marie, and myself. And I'm the only one out of us four that's alive. And I do still have family back home. My dad now lives in that house that he grew up in, that I grew up in. My dad lives there now. And my nephew Nathan is going to grow up in that house. Like, he's growing up being, over there. And just like it's still fulfilling its purpose. But it is so painful to go back there. To just walk into that house and be reminded, oh, they're not here. And I know that doesn't make any sense. But and if there's anybody else that has ever that is in that situation, I would like to hear from you. But there's something about when you're the last one left. There's something it sets in your mind that it just kind of eats away at you. It's like you kind of have almost what is it? What do they call it? Survivor syndrome or whatever. Like, you have some sort of weird, like, I made it out, but they didn't type thing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, so all of this stuff just jumbled into one that I keep pushed so far down in my soul. It is like compressed to absolutely nothing. But when it's like, those things that when you like a sponge that's shrunk down to the size of a pellet, but if it gets wet, it expands into this, like, holy shit, I would have never thought all of that was in that small little. That's what this feels like. And for a few days it's overwhelming, and then it starts to just become like a constant, consistent, just annoying amount of depression. And I don't know. And dude, I'm like, I don't know, man. Everybody's like, oh, you should really talk to someone. You should really, yeah. So they're going to just give me pills. Here's the thing. I never really trusted doctors before, And I especially don't trust them now when most of their funding comes from these pharmaceuticals that they're shoving down your throat, literally. Like, I'm not going to go and be subject to that sort of mental tinkering. I'm not going to be part of this generation's MK Ultra. But yeah, I'm not. I would rather deal with all of this in real time and rationalize it and come to terms with it and all of that. I would rather all of that than to have something changed inside my brain with some sort of pills. Excuse me. Anyway, it sucks to have my family disappointed in me that I'm not coming home for the holidays. But I just don't know how to convey properly to them that it really tears me up to go back there. And even if it's just my sister's house, which we've kind of like, yeah, well, hey, if you don't want to come back, to the house out there, just meet us at the, and I also know that it's for them. I know that they don't have a whole lot of Thanksgivings and Christmases left, like my dad and my stepmom. And I know that it's important that I'm part of my niece and nephew's life, and my stepbrother, and I have 2 nephews and a niece. I should be more part of their lives. I know that would be the thing that most normal people would do. But I don't know how to, and everybody says, oh, well, I'm different. I don't know how to describe that I truly am different. Like, I know everybody likes to think that they are, and they make up all of these different reasons of why they are. But I've never met another person with my specific circumstances. And not to try to, like, do the thing that everyone on earth tries to do and, like, put themselves above everyone else in, like, it's not a competition type way. I'm just saying that I don't know, and without going too far into detail into the story, I don't know that anyone else has been through what I've been through. And that's why I would like to talk to people who have. And I have people who say, oh, I'm in the same boat, I've been there. And then I hear their story and I'm like, dude, look, I'm not trying to make a competition out of this thing, but just, I just don't. It's hard for people who have not lived through the shit that I've lived through to understand why I do things the way that I do them and why I don't go home as often as I do. Like, even when I lived in Myrtle Beach, that's only a couple-hour drive, I would rarely go home. But in the same breath, and I love my family. I love my dad. I love my stepmom. I love my sisters. I love my stepbrother. I love all of, like, my stepfather's family. They're all good people. And I love my mom's extended family. My mom, like, my mom's immediate family. Like, there's a couple of cousins who've just been, like, who've been really nasty with me on my mom's side, just because they don't know the situation. They don't know. All they're hearing is what she's saying to them, and she's manipulating them and their minds, because that's how she does. And they're just not seeing this thing from my point of view at all. But as far as my mom's extended family, like, I love all of them. But I just don't have that part of me that longs to go home and be part of the family, It's just that, and just there's some other shit that I don't ever, like, I've never really talked about seriously. There's just, I don't know, there's certain things that are awakened in me when I'm back home, like memories that aren't great. And I don't enjoy experiencing them. And it without blatantly telling my family, like, just shit that would kind of, it would ruin a lot of shit. Not for like my immediate family or even with the people, you know, that are gone. Like nothing weird like that. But it would just, there's just shit that I can't talk about that I'm not ready to talk about yet. And I can't bring that up to them because it will just start a never-ending chain of what are you talking about or what do you mean? It's a never-ending chain of that. Or no, that can't be right. I don't know. But long story short, which I think we're past now. I shouldn't even say that. It's just a long story. And I was going to try to be concise about this, but I guess I had to get all of that out. So sorry, but thank you. And I'm going to wrap this whole thing up because this is just the explanation. Like this is I'm telling you this story so I can tell you the next one. Basically, like I just have to carry a burden because it's mine to carry, and it would just be too heavy to put it on anybody else. So it just hurts too bad to go back home. And a combination of the emotional muscle memory of being pulled in separate directions around Christmas time and the family deaths and my grandmother's birthday being in that little pocket of time within the 2.5 weeks around Christmas and the second week of January. And the combination of me being the only one alive from us four when we were the four people who were always in that house when I went to sleep, I remembered feeling safe because all three of them were there. And I'm just now saying this out loud, realizing that I don't feel safe because they're gone. Maybe that's the stress. Maybe that's where it's coming from, because I just grew up knowing that I could feel safe because all three of them were there. But now they're all gone. So mentally, I don't feel safe anymore. These are the aha moments. These are why we do it. All of that piled in together. And add the stress of living in a new city for the first couple of years, going back into the struggle where I have to choose between like gas and food and bills. Like something's not getting paid. Like I have to pay bills in order of importance. Like I have to make sure the lights don't get cut off. And I have to make sure that rent gets paid, or at least a really nice gesture is made to say, hey, give me a couple more weeks. But something is not getting paid. And all of that piled up on top of, like, that's just the filter that everything else goes through. So if I have a bad day, I've already got all of that other shit in my brain that this bad day has to also go through. So it's making the bad days like so much worse, but it's also making the good days so much worse. Anyway, I find it hard to do anything on my days off. The agoraphobia really wins this time of year. I stayed out a little late after work Saturday night, hanging out with Cam Patterson and a couple other work homies. And it was like, and then I just hit this wall at a certain point where I was like, oh no, I have to leave right now. I have to get out of here as quick as I can because I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do it anymore. Anyway, I'm sorry I went in that hole. Yeah, sorry I went down that hole. I just can't, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to rationalize the things that I don't like to do, like, and why I don't like to do them. Like, I should not want to go home. You know what I mean? Like, I should want to be around my family, and I should want to be more a part of their lives, but I just don't have that in me, you know? And I can't, I don't know. I can't express why. But I tell you what I can do is I can pack up this GB that I got in front of me with some of this very tasty, very smelly green tea that I have. Very, very nice. And we can do that a little bit. And then talk about some things to lighten the mood. So maybe this one won't be so much of a doozy. All right. What a nice taste. The old PewDiePie G Fuel. Very kind of yous. So, that being said, I need to get a new tire put on my truck. I got to get the rest of my bills paid. I've gotten to the point to where all of my checks are gone by the time they get to me. That line would look at me and be like, bro, you got it worse than you'd have it if I got after you. Damn. All right. Yeah. Didn't mean to go all Barbara Walters on you. That being said, we got a couple of folks in here now. I want you all to subscribe to my roommate on Twitch. Let me find his Twitch stream. He's been streaming Tetris and shit on Twitch. Let me see if I can just back end find it. Sure did. Just typed it right in. How about that? Bam. That's a link y'all can click. The homie goes live and streams Tetris, and he's pretty fucking good at it. Y'all should click that and follow him on Twitch and go and hang out in his chat whenever he goes live, because he does a little earlier than I usually go. Yep. His drum work is dope. So, yeah, do that. Go and check him out. He's got like a... Here, let's look at this. Where's my window capture? What is this? Oh, yeah, there it is. Transform, fit to screen. I'll come down here. Like that. Check him out. He's got like a... I need to... How do I make this bigger? I don't want to go all the way full screen. Ah! Fuck it. You'll be all right. Smoke and chat therapy. No kidding. How about that? He won, see? Number one. He won a thing. He was number one. That's like you get 100 people playing, or 99 people, I guess, playing, and you beat them all. He plays that shit a lot. But anyway, he's good at that. He's good at that stuff. Y'all ought to subscribe to him and go watch him when he goes live. All right, what were we talking about? That last GB got me a little like... That last GB got me, dog. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, man. It was therapy. That's what the podcast used to be. I just got a notification like on one of my Facebook memories where I was like, man, hey, yeah, our podcast got 237 downloads yesterday. And I was like, man, that was crazy. I just remember there was a time, oh, there went the camera again. Why does it keep doing that? I wonder. Come on, hold on. Why does it just keep on doing that, man? Oh, well, I don't know. But yeah, I used to do the podcast a lot when I was like releasing them regularly, and this was just audio. Like I wasn't even like, this wasn't video. The video wasn't doing very well. Like I remember having okay, this is getting to be a little fucking ridiculous, okay? Getting to be a little ridiculous. Getting to be a little bit ridiculous. Ridiculous. But yes, the video wasn't doing very well. I was on episode number 16 of the MI Stuff podcast when I first started doing video. Yeah. MI Stuff number 16 was the very first one. I had like a little phone clip. I have one similar to it over there on the floor. I'm not going to go grab it, but I had like, it would clip on one, like it had like a little clamp and then like a thing. So like if you bumped into it, you would see the camera wave, like it would, it would like bounce around. If anything moved near it, it was very silly. You know what? We're going, we said we'd go down memory lane. How about we do this? Go down memory lane. Let's do this. Oh, Ding Dong Show's live. Good evening news. Let's see. Let's go all the way back. I got a lot of live streams. That's all the way back to Kelsey Hudgens' show. The early versions, I did 170 something. Oh boy, 120. This is fun scrolling back. Oh, this was from the SWAT. The swatting. This is the time I got swatted. You want to see that shit?
Entertainment purposes only.
Oh boy, check this out.
I think it's gonna be Yale and Belmont. Belmont's gonna beat Temple tonight. Coach for Temple, I think he's retiring or something like that. And then, he rides his horse out tonight on a losing record. Belmont and Yale play. Second round, and one of them's going to Sweet 16 or 32, whatever.
There's a lot of knocks, wasn't it? Here we go.
Hold on a second.
So I mute the channel because I thought that one of my buddies had been watching and had a problem with something that was said. And he was going to try to come in yelling and make a scene. So I was like, not on my podcast, buddy. I'm not giving you any free airplay. So I muted the channel. I really wish I hadn't have unmuted it. The cops come in. First thing my boy Jason sees is a gun come around the door because they think somebody, like, he said, don't shoot me. Watch him right here. Don't shoot me. He said, yeah, don't shoot me. They ask him to come outside. And then they go inside. It's crazy. You can see him in the reflection of that mirror in the back, that Chavez Regal mirror. You see that? There he comes inside. He moves my camera around. You see him walk by. That was my Mevo. And then they stay in my house for a few seconds, 30, 45 seconds, then they walk back out. You can see the dude. Let's see if I can get it when he comes in. Yeah, they were in there looking through every room, dude. Yeah. There's that guy. Anyway. That was, what when was that? I want to see. That was on March 19th, 2019. So that was almost 5 years ago. How about that? Crazy, right? Oh, that took me all the way back there. Oh, well, no, I had green tea sitting out on my counter, dude. He literally told me, hey, we're not there for that. Don't worry about that. They saw it, and they were like, don't worry, we're not here for that. That's not what we're doing here. So I was like, okay. They were very nice. They were very nice. Let me see here. Oh, what, we don't want to do that. Let's try this. I want to see the first time I ever go live.
All right. So this is the first time I've done this before.
Hey, look at that guy.
But I'm going to get this set up to record. And I have been talking about going live on the video while I record over here. And I started the video already because I've never done it before. I didn't know what it would be like. So here we go. Got the old garage band opened up.
Yeah. This is cool.
To get the channels on the right channel. All right. Plastic water bottle, recycle. I'm probably going to say that forever. All right. And
Plastic water bottle, recycle. I used to say that shit all the time, dude.
all right. So when you guys are listening to the podcast, it will click on somewhere around here. Here. How's it going, folks? How you living? Always with the questions you can't answer. I apologize for that. By all means, as I say normally, answer the questions, but please answer the questions for yourself. The questions need to be answered. This is like Radio Shack. You got questions? Actually, I'm the one with the questions. You have the answers. Or who knows? I don't know. I don't know how to judge this anymore.
Oh,
So,
no.
First off, I'm terrible at making plans.
Still
Peter
true.
was supposed to be on Peter Hanchin's
Brother
I know I
Peter,
say his name right.
manager at Dead Dog Saloon.
He was supposed to be on last night, but I'm horrible at following up. And
What was then?
I did trivia last night, and after trivia, I went to Tito's for a little while, and just ended up not getting in touch with him, and that's my fault. We will have Peter on here for sure soon. You guys have to hear his words. He's a
Dude, this is so funny because the original MI stuff was all just Merle's Inlet stuff. So I was literally just talking about stuff that happened around me. Like stuff that was going on in Merle's Inlet, which is hilarious. 'Cause I mean, MI stuff, it was like my stuff because I eventually just started talking about like myself and like telling stories like about my life and shit. So my boy Tyler Brown was like, you should just call it my stuff, MI stuff, just my stuff. And because I'd already had everything like MI stuff podcast. That was like the email, and all of the handles were MI stuff already. Shortened Merle's Inlet. So he was like, yeah, dude, just do that, my stuff. But all of this was Merle's Inlet stuff until, 25 MI stuff. Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. But yeah, this is cool to just see myself.
fucking genius. And also, I'm maybe gonna proposition Blair after Trivia Thursday night
Blair
to
was
maybe
one
do
of
an
my
episode
roommates
because,
from back then. She was
if any of
the
you guys
shit.
ever listened to
Love
Sunset
Blair.
Grill, Blair and Noel, I always go back to the excuse, which I stopped using this excuse as to, well, my granddad was 10 times as worse or 10 times as bad as me, and my granddad was bad, but that doesn't have a lot to do with me just using that as an excuse to be equally bad. And I don't know how I feel. I don't
He
know
was
how I
bad
feel
about correcting
that,
people.
and I don't know how.
That's what I was talking about.
Actually, I do know how I feel about that. I feel a little ashamed of the fact that I've used that for a long time, just to give me an excuse to be a dick, for lack of a better term.
There we
And
go.
I really needed to find a way to stop that. So here, tell them that I already have insurance and I don't need their help, and eat it in like a couple of days. And
This is hilarious.
In a
Yeah. I did that for a while. Stop requesting Freebird.
How's it going, guys?
I'm still wearing the Chive Park shirt. I used to wear that all the time. A bunch of
All right,
Chive shirts.
So I am already hot on both. All right. So
I bet this was
snap back
after a
to
Drunken
reality.
Jack show.
the people that say, "Why don't you know my song?" and then that hold the phone up to your face and say, "Here's the words." You're the worst people. I'm sorry.
That's
But
funny. It's the
look,
truth.
I got Google. Like, bitch, I got Google too. You think I don't know how to use the fucking internet? I realize what you're trying to get across to me, but you got to understand it's not cool. You got
Bitch, I got Google too.
please, people, tell your friends about this. Like give classes, get your neighborhoods together, talk about these things. We need awareness raised on this subject. We need people to not harass us like we're second rate workers, because we are not. We are doing the one thing that nobody else in their professions can do, and that is take your mind away from the world for a little bit. If it's just nothing other than the fact that you sitting there at the table trying to find a way to bitch about how loud we are or whatever have you, you're thinking about something else that's not a real world problem. And I
Tell 'em,
call that
homie.
a W.
Hell yeah, dude.
That was a tangent thought. Okay. So,
Okay, this is funny. Here's a little inside baseball. You see me looking at the computer screen because I used to have notes. I would like open the notepad on the computer and I would type out like what I wanted to talk about or whatever. Did you hear that? That's for you, Mason. I would type out what I wanted to talk about and I would get a good list going. And yeah, I would just like keep up with that. But then I used to watch all these episodes back too. I used to rewatch them, but like me talking about, oh, that was just me going on a tangent
another
there.
thing, tangent. I call that a W. That was a tangent thought. Okay.
See,
so,
the whole like going to tangent thought, like that was like, I don't know, the whole, yeah, just like, I was proud of myself. I laughed even. I was like, oh, that was cool. Like that was something that I hadn't planned that just kind of came out that was neat. But then I would just move on to
another
the next
thing, and all of these are from Brother Timmy. When we finish for the night, and them folks say, "Well, we just got here." Well, I'm sorry, you should have got here 4 hours ago when I did. I got nothing for you. We're done. We've been here for 4 hours, and I know Timmy. Timmy is I'm
The
pretty
homie
sure
Timmy
he don't take
Pierce.
breaks, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's a cruise ship guy, and I don't think a lot of those guys take breaks. And
Yep.
I'm one of those guys that I feel like if I take a break, I'll lose momentum. If I take a break, it's usually to talk to the owner of a restaurant to ask them, "Hey, I'm in this industry too. Should we cut this early tonight?" Or and I get a lot of callbacks because I do things like that, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's part of this job too. Is seeing when the room needs you. If a room doesn't need you in it, and you can recognize that, a bar owner is going to appreciate the fact that you recognize that, and
That's true.
That's part of this business, and I'm sure that a lot of the
Facts.
other listeners who are musicians will more than likely agree with that for the most part, I think. But Timmy invited on added to the conversation a couple of people. Jimmy Mowry said getting a heavy metal request while playing an acoustic show is one of his. Like somebody will come up and obviously you're playing an acoustic guitar. I keep burping. Me and Marshall had Lucky Panda earlier. It was fantabulous.
Bro, me and homie Marshall, I'll shout out Marshall for a second. Marshall is a very good friend of mine. He is a cameraman for like a freelance cameraman for like all these different things. Like he's like filmed hurricane shit like for Weather Channel. He's filmed like all kinds of like political rallies for CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. He's just a freelance camera guy. He's cool as shit, but he's from Myrtle Beach. And we would always like, he was my lunch buddy. we would go get lunch randomly. He was one of the first people who kind of noticed that he quit drinking a bit before I did, and after I quit drinking, he was one of the people who would actively kind of like try to hang out with me in places that like where you wouldn't have to worry about the temptation of alcohol, which I always appreciated. I don't know if I ever told him how much I appreciated that, but he was fucking cool. But yeah, me and Marshall, we used to go. He would be like, "Hey, I got a deal on an app for a Lucky Panda meal. I can get a free orange chicken today." It's like, you want to go to Lucky Panda? I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's do it." Or, "Hey, let's go to Wendy's." Like, yeah, fuck yeah. We would literally go and sit inside Wendy's with the old people, dude. Like, it was cool. But yeah, fucking, yeah, dude, like, what's his name? Fucking, yeah. Oh, Marson, what's going on in here? Oh, we're getting raided. Getting raided. But anyway, that was to stop requesting Freebird talk.
But I keep tasting egg roll. Anyway, Jimmy Mowry plays acoustic guitar as we all do.
Hell yeah. Now, but you were talking about a acoustic Slayer? Bro, acoustic Slayer. I do a little acoustic Maiden, which was fun. What the fuck is going on? What on earth is happening? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no shit. Like in a big way. A whole monsoon of them.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. All right. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Anyway, it's green tea time. Mm-mm-mm. Where's everybody else at? Y'all would know better than I would. All right, let's see. There we go. Yeah, it has to be. Bam. That's what I was trying to figure out how to do. Nailed it. Very random. Very, very random. Yeah, not only that, it was like there was like I didn't really have any like viewers from it. Like yeah, I don't know. Let me see the I want to see the live dashboard. That's what it was, man. Just a bunch of bots. yeah, like what the fuck? I'm trying to figure out what was going on, like what would have triggered it. Yeah, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, hey, you know what? You want to say something? You got to subscribe for 24 hours or longer. How about that? Nailed it. I nailed it. Oh, boy. All right, let me see here. I want to see my live. I'm already live, so. Where was I just trying to be? How did I get there? Content. Live. There we go. This is where I wanted to be. No, I don't want to Discord and change it. I just want to open up the BAM. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, just subscribe to that Patreon also. We released a really cool video today. And yeah, released the Thursday night secret show today where I did like did a couple. So I did the Pixie song for the first time. Like I've done it at like a sound check before kind of, but I didn't do it right. And I did it right this time, or at least in the way I wanted to do it. Which was cool. And I did I did that showdown, that other ELO song, with a little My Morning Jacket teaser in the middle, which was cool. But yeah, today I uploaded a bunch of well, not a bunch. I uploaded this coming Thursday's secret show from October. We're on a 2-month delay on YouTube now. So if y'all are just watching the secret shows on YouTube, this coming Thursday you'll be seeing the one from I think October 5th. Hell yeah, I love Operator. Such a good story. Such a good story. So videos, the premiere you will be seeing. Oh no, you guys just got the one from October 5th. You will be seeing this. Oh, we're partially blocked for what? What are we partially blocked for? No, I don't want to. Yeah, I want to see details. Blocked in some territories and where? Oh, it's the first 34 seconds anyway, so we can just... We can just trim out segment. Or mute song. We'll just mute it in that spot. Let's mute song only and continue and see if that shit works. All right. So yeah, you guys this coming Thursday will get to see you'll get to see the secret show opening from October 12th. So literally from 2 months ago. So the YouTube is on a 2-month delay. Here's the thing that Brother Jason has figured out, and I think a couple of you have also figured out, is that if you don't want to wait 2 months to see what happened at the secret show, you can subscribe to the Patreon. You can become a patron. You can go over to the Patreon and where are we going now? We're going to go over to the Patreon and you can check out the secret show from this past week where you guys get like give you a little preview, a little previewsy.
Okay. How the hell are y'all? Are we doing all right here on a Thursday night in the comedy capital of the world right now? Are we doing all right? Hell yeah.
That quality there, huh?
Anyway.
Not bad quality there, you see. And then I also, on the Patreon, something that I do, some of you guys get to see these live on YouTube when I stream them with my phone. Quality isn't the best because I'm using the forward-facing cam on an iPhone X. Like, unless you want to buy me a brand new iPhone and send it to me, we'll deal with this for now. Forgive me. Anyway, I'll put these on the Patreon as well. So this one I just posted, you see 2 days ago. You see this was yesterday. Then 4 days ago, I did the audio only from the secret show there. And then I did a shower talk on the 2nd. I posted another one from the 2nd. Like, see, I post a lot of content on here. That was from the 1st, the 27th, like shower talks I do. These, like, I post a pretty good bit on here. Like, these are, like, yeah, I got shower talks, like the beard oil videos. And by the way, these shower talks are a lot like, I'm just getting my thoughts out. I'm just talking. Like, I'm just like getting my thoughts out while I'm doing that. 93 posts. You can join for free, but you can become a little pudding for $5. That'll get you your all of your random stuff. Like, the only thing that the $10 ones get are the shower talks. Because those are just like I don't know. It's it's literally more personal. And I'm not talking about because I'm in the shower. Like, it's not weird. Don't make it fucking weird. But it's like I talk about shit, like real shit. Like, there's only a few people that hear those because I'm literally talking about actual problems, like things that I'm dealing with at work, like actual shit that I need to, like shower thoughts. Basically, you know how free your mind is in the shower and how it runs rampant. Well, I just turn a camera on and just start talking. So they're very deep thoughts. Right, deep thoughts. Like, it's just, that's what it is. I'm getting into like a lot of what I was talking about at the beginning of this episode. A lot of the shower talks are like that. But plus, in the early days of streaming, I used to stream a lot of those on Periscope. Like, I would do every shower on Periscope. I wonder if there's any. Can we find Kelsey Hudgens Periscope? Well, yeah. But is Periscope not a thing anymore? Huh. But anyway, yeah, this is and if you scroll past all the Secret Show stuff and all my shower talks here, but there's a lot of Secret Show. There's at least 2 months worth here because I'm like, I'm on 2 months. I'm on a 2-month delay. And I upload old shows. So here's an old show that I played like with my old band.
Live. I want to make sure that it's working. I've been.
Check out that guitar work, folks. Oh, hell yeah, dude. We're going to get a copyright strike on this video. Watch this. The great and powerful Ed Dennis back there. We chopped his head off in the angle. When I was back home, I used to stream every single gig. Every single night I would Twitch stream these shows. The great and powerful Daryl Hyde behind me on drums. And to my right on bass, the great and powerful Pork Chop, Chip Harrelson. I think without a question, the greatest musician I've ever played with could be Chip Harrelson, dude. He was a fucking monster. Dude, honestly, Daryl and Ed, everybody there. Everybody there. Oh yeah, Ed back there getting it. Hell yeah, Ed. This is fun, dude. If it doesn't make me see, he got a daytime job, he's doing alright. Friday night. Oh, this is so sick, dude. Why am I'm such a narcissist? Why is this? Ah, man. I hadn't heard this in a long time, man. I miss these guys. Let it run in the corner. It's ridiculous that I'm playing lead when Ed Dennis is on the stage. He's such a monster, dude. It's ridiculous that I was doing the lead. look at Ed and be like, hey, Ed, you want this? Or I might just do it. I think we stretch it out and jam a little bit. All right, look up. Come on, kid. Ed Dennis is up there. Couldn't help it. I couldn't stop. Daryl getting tired back there. He's getting tired of listening to it. I can see it. I can feel it. Oh, I should have let Ed do something there, man. Oh, man. Listen.
Dire Straits to start off with there for you. We're the American sound.
Pork chop. Strumming in that.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh. Oh, shit, dude. Y'all ain't even ready for what happens here, dude. I'm just here to tell you, I know what happens if y'all are not prepared for this shit. Because, dude, you got Ed Dennis, and we're doing Allman Brothers. You hear Pork Chop come in on that bass right there, dude? Ooh, that's my dude right there, bro. I played with Cornbread. I played with Cornbread for a long fucking time. Me and Adam Justice and Jared Smitty Smith, we were like a thing. But man, I'm here to tell you, dude, that this band right here, the American Sound, dude, like it enriched my soul in a way that I can't explain, y'all. This is at the OD Arcade and Lounge, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Get him, Ed. Harmonic solo too, dude. I'm just here to tell y'all, man, like this was a different fucking level. I know that y'all didn't think this was gonna turn into y'all just listening to me play a gig with me and just watching me watch myself. Man, Daryl High back there. Such a man, this rhythm section was like people were envious of this rhythm section. They were like, oh man, you got Pork Chop and Daryl? Damn. Them boys don't miss, dude. Get 'em, Ed. Jazz beats. Look at Pork Chop strumming the bass, the stomp. You know he's in it when he's stomping. You get Pork Chop stomping, dude, you're doing something right.
Sometimes I feel like I've been down, I feel like I'm dying.
Man. Bro, we were tight, dude. We were fucking tight, dude. Ed fucking
My
Dennis.
hero.
Literal. Man, dude. Man, but anyway, you get that. All my secret shows from way back. Okay, y'all get to see me eat all this Taco Bell. I didn't post nowhere. Old shower talk. Old shower talks. And then we got, like, yeah, there's a few of those. Like, it's a lot of posts. It's a lot of posts in here is what I'm getting at. Like, there's a lot of content that probably people haven't ever seen. Outside of the Patreon, especially those shower talks, like none of those get posted anywhere. I think I might have posted one random one to show people that that's what a thing that goes on. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's on the Patreon. That's the kind of stuff that's on the Patreon. Y'all know what it's time for? Anybody guess what it's time for up in this bit? Waka waka. Yeah, dude, I loved singing with Chip. I loved singing with Pork Chop, dude. Hell yeah, Behind the Music. That's exactly, man, I used to love those shows, man, on VH1, Behind the Music. Like, those things were so cool. But when I was playing with that band, dude, we were hot, bro. We were fucking tight, dude. And I was playing that red Strat that I play now. I just got it back then. But the crazy thing is that I was playing the leads and Ed Dennis was on stage. But he would tell me, no, I want you to play the leads. Because he's got a band where he does all the solos and everything in. And he kind of likes switching it up a little bit. And when he would come and play, he would come and do duos with me and Ed. There was a, let's see. going to just type in Ed Dennis Yonder and see what comes up here. Wizard. Cornbread Duo featuring Ed Dennis. No. I can search just this channel, right? All I got is Cornbread Duo featuring Ed Dennis. Well, let's just listen to a little bit of just something from it here. Oh, there we go.
Everyone knows that turtles are great at being ninjas, but what they don't know is how bad they are at gambling.
That got all it deserved.
I look at you on see the love in that sea. Well, my
I'm too loud and Ed's not loud enough in that one. I can't find. We'll figure it out. Yeah, if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What time is it? 2:00. I got some clothes, some towels in the dryer. What shows are tomorrow at sunset? What do I gotta do tomorrow? Sunset Strip, ATX.com. Oh, here, you guys want to see them? All right, we got Mike. Good Evening News for sure is tomorrow, but live at the Sunset Strip. All right, then we got Black and Mild, Cam Patterson show, 8:00 on Wednesday. And the open mic on Wednesday, I'll be working both of those. I will be off on Thursday, but I will be there for the Def Squad Secret Show. The Sunset Staff Showcase is going to have a different name this week. And we're going to start charging some money for it. We should. We need to. And then After Dark, I'm going to work the drop-in and After Dark. So that's good. Just 2 shows on Friday. Nice. And then Saturday, I got to work Big Texas, Hans Kim, and Shadow Band. Hell yeah. All right. Yep, back to the Patreon. Do that. Tennessee Jed at Polly's. Oh, from the see if it comes up like that. That's it.
Robert Hunter and Jerry Garcia. Yes, we good?
Patterson Barrett, the guy playing piano back there behind me, lives in Austin here. He lives here in Austin. The guy playing guitar that you can see back there is Doc Simons. And his son, Daniel Simons, is next to him playing bass behind the saxophone player. And Patterson Barrett's son is on the other side of Doc behind me. Horn section is Connor Mills. What's JP's last name? I forget JP's last name, but I spliced this video between two recorded videos. Listen to them horns, though. I forget the middle guy's name. And the drummer, I don't know who that is. Can't see him. JP Taylor, that's his name. Trumpet player. I don't know the trombone player. Saxophone is Connor Mills. That's a tight band. Homie Seth Funderburk was running sound that day. That was Miss Kathy that used to own the Rockin' Hard Saloon. That was like the punk rock shows and shit were always at Rockin' Hard. She was cool. Rockin' Hard was a cool spot.
Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee?
We were at the tryout, or not the tryout, but like the practice portion of the show where we would like rehearse the rehearsal. And they were like, man, I really wish we need to get another guitar player to come in and play the guitar. And Daniel Simon, who's playing the bass, and Doc Simon's son said, well, Kelsey plays guitar. Like, so, oh, you think you can play guitar for this? And I was like, yeah, dude. He was like, yeah, oh, like he didn't know. Because he's from Austin. He just comes in just for this show every year to Myrtle Beach.
Let's hurry back to Tennessee, Jen. You'll love up the feeling need.
Patterson gave that look. We rehearsed this. We rehearsed that look. And then he's smiling at me because he knows I remembered. How you like that? That's right. Give you a little inside baseball.
Hurry back to Tennessee, Jen. Low Tennessee, Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee?
And then we get funky with it. We do the Grateful Dead thing. but the Levon Helm style. How about that horn section? Hell yeah, bro.
Oh, Tennessee, Tennessee, there ain't no place I'd rather be. Baby, won't you carry me back to Tennessee? Oh, now, baby, won't you carry me, Lord, back to Tennessee?
You see right there, it says the Doc Simons stage. Right above the horn player's head, there's a block of wood. Here, this says the Doc Simons stage. Right there. Right above J.P. Taylor's head, the trumpet player, it says the Doc Simons stage. And that is Doc Simons standing behind me playing the electric guitar. Hell yeah, dude. The great Doc Simons. The great Doc Simons. Doc Simons, fun fact. I did a podcast with him. Long time ago, and he's a therapist. He's a retired therapist. And you're welcome, Jason. And he is the one who actually told me that I was agoraphobic, like I had severe ADD and agoraphobic, prone to panic in situations I'm not in control of. Really cool guy. He also comes to see me every time they come to Austin to do the Graham Parsons thing. He comes to hang out, and he came out to Sunset and saw a show, saw me open up a secret show. We talked for a little bit before I opened up the secret show, and then they hung out for the entire show and saw me go up and do my stand-up at the very end on the showcase after the secret show. So, yeah, really cool guy. But anyway, I think that, we got a good couple hours. We're about 10 minutes shy of a couple hours. I think that might be enough. That was just a little something. I would normally be upstairs doing a podcast with producer JP, an actual Kelsey Hudgens show, but I just haven't been feeling like doing much lately. So I'm releasing content in other ways. Like I will be streaming live from the sidewalk tomorrow, I'm sure. At some point that'll happen. Yeah, all of this is a thing that's going to be happening. I'll be releasing more content on here and on the Patreon as well. And also the cameos now a thing. So I'm doing cameos now. Just trying to, man, I'm watching those videos and it makes me happy to see, because not that this is what it's about, but I made so much money back then, dude. Like I made a lot of money back then doing that, playing those songs. I would make in less than 7 days what it takes me 2 weeks to make here, if you catch my drift. So I got to figure out other ways to come up with this. And if you guys want to help out, Patreon, Cameo, yada, yada, them's the things. So, yeah. Tell you what. No. I tell you what. We'll let me see something here. Nah, it won't work. I got to piss too bad to line it up. We'll do that next time. Anyway, in a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Do something nice for somebody and don't tell anybody that you did it. And like, subscribe, and click the little bell. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Roll Tide, everybody. Be good people. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me ramble.
Well, safer than a tube sock.
And one time at band camp,